Greetings, everybody, from Istanbul, Turkey. I hope you're all doing very well. It's been a few days since I've released the video, so here we are. Today's date is July the 26th. It's about 2 p.m. here in Istanbul, Turkey. Hello, merhaba. I hope everyone's doing very well, and thank you for joining me. Make sure you guys are hitting that like, follow, or subscribe rather, and hit that notification button to make sure you're aware of all of my posts. And for those that are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Philakone Crypto, and I'm a professional day trader and investor since 2015. So my quick story is simple. I ended up building a mining rig, mined 200 Ethereum in 2015, 2016 for under $1. I bought 200 Ethereum as well for under $2,000. And in 2017, I was lucky enough to catch the very big bull market that ended up leading Ethereum to about $350 in May and June, which I sold for 140K. After that, it gave me the confidence to pursue crypto full time, and I never looked back on it. So it's one of the best decisions that I've ever made in my life to get into crypto, stick to it, develop my skills as a professional trader, analyst, and investor, and especially someone who manages risk for a living now. So thank you for joining me. My job in this particular YouTube channel and on my Twitter is to provide you with top-tier technical analysis from the perspective of a million-dollar trader. I used to trade only with about $200 in 2015, and then I grew that to well over 7 figures, where I'm now trading over a volume of $58.6 million a month. That's pretty substantial, in my opinion. Can anybody guess my profits from those trades? So that's definitely a big amount. And people are always like, hey, Philakone, why don't you have any BNB? I don't have BNB because I only buy BNB right before when I'm about to trade, okay? The reason for that is because of fluctuations. I don't know if BNB is going to drop 10%, right? If BNB drops 10%, right, what's going to end up happening is I'm not even going to save anything on the fees. So I'd rather just kind of buy as you go. Does that make sense, guys? That's how I'd end up doing it every single day. And I would recommend for people to do the same. So Bitcoin is at a very critical level for the week, but despite it being critical, I still ended up making some incredible bank. In the past 24 hours, actually 24 hours now, I pulled in $21.5 thousand, and I'm gonna go over some of the things that I did to catch this particular setup of mine. So I'm trading and scalping Bitcoin anywhere between, I'd say, $400,000 to about 1 million now. That's generally the positions that I'll be taking. This here, the total buy and sell, it doesn't factor in me going in a position, exiting, going in, exiting, when I don't have the confidence to stay in the trade, right? So it's not really like I'm buying 4.8 million and I'm selling 4.82. It's not like that at all, guys, right? I'm buying and selling and sometimes just completely breaking even, right? So that needs to be made sense of as well. So it's a very critical week for Bitcoin. And in my personal opinion, I think that Tesla sale of $930 million ended up rocking the market a lot more than we thought, or it was one of the major contributors. And also, of course, with the rate hike that's coming up on Wednesday as well, there's a lot of macro factors that are affecting Bitcoin right now. I don't think Elon Musk can actually impact the market long term. Like his $1 billion sale of Bitcoin, it's not going to affect how Bitcoin is long term. It's blazing hot today, guys. It's 29 degrees here. My air conditioning is just kicking on, so I've got to look sexy for you guys in the meantime. Anyways, I've lost 10 pounds in 2 months. That's incredible. When you move to Turkey, you tend to spend a little bit more money on food than you would think. Food's cheap. It's really good here as well, right? So right now, I think Bitcoin ended up making a series of failures, to be quite honest. But let's go really far back, first of all, and identify Bitcoin on the 200 weekly moving average that everybody has seen so far. The reason why this is very significant is because every time we have actually hit this 200 moving average, okay, on a log scale here, what you're seeing is that it's bounced to the upside, right? That's a heavy bounce to the upside since 2018 there. Actually, it might even be further back than that. Hold on. Let me just double check this. Never mind here. I keep seeing that trend line drawn everywhere on Twitter, but I don't know where it is exactly. But anyways, aside from the point, on the weekly chart, every time you see the RSI dip below these 30 regions on the weekly, you end up seeing a bounce, and especially above the 200 moving average as well. Since 2014, I believe, it's the first time that we've downtrended below the 200 moving average on the weekly for consecutive weeks now. Last time was in 2020, and we ended up only getting a wick down and a huge wick to the upside. Here, we ended up getting down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks in a row now. 49 days. And we tried to break to the upside, but we got rejected incredibly hard here. So the weekly chart, okay, from a technical analysis perspective, we're still trending to the upside. Okay, it's still on an uptrend if you consider it on the weekly. On the 4-day, it's still going up. On the 3-day, finally starting to come down. So these lower time frames can actually cause a cascade to the higher time frames. We might see a downtrend. A lot of people are still very bearish right now, but in my opinion, it makes sense to just constantly dollar cost average. Okay, it's not financial advice, but this is just what I do. I constantly DCA because I'm not a bottom catcher. I'm never going to catch the bottom. Those who keep waiting for a price to catch a specific bottom, like, hey, I'm going to wait till 15K to finally enter, 12K to finally enter, they may actually never get to these price points. You just don't know where the actual bottom is. And the most profitable people are the ones that buy when there's massive fear in the market already, right? So in my opinion, the weekly is really oversold. The number of Bitcoin wallets have actually reached 1 billion. Not that there's a billion users, but it's reached 1 billion. The number of wallets that are holding over 1.0 Bitcoin right now is at a record all-time high. The weekly moving average, okay, is also at the 200 where we're fighting to get back up to it. So I'm going to keep buying no matter what. If it drops to 12K, I'll keep buying that whole range down from 20 to 12K. If it gets to 6K, I'll actually be even happier. Because when it gets to 100K one day, you're going to see me make a good amount of money just laughing that I ended up buying near a bottom, right? So DCA'ing is a great strategy for anybody who's been investing a long time. They know that bottoms, you just can't catch it. You can't time it. If you do, it's a combination of just pure luck and a little bit of skill, in my opinion. So don't try to catch a bottom. It's better to be in a position when the bull market starts than to not be in one at all because you've been waiting for a very long time. So let's talk about subjectivity of a trend line, okay? So if you look at a trend line here, what you're going to see is that it can be so many different ways, right? It can be like that. It can be, heck, it can be a descending triangle. We don't know. It can be a descending triangle. It can be sloped like this. Like, who knows? It can be sloped like that, depending on the time frame, right? It can be from body to body, okay? It can be literally from body to body. So which trend line actually is it? We don't freaking know. You know, it's going to land on one of them, but we don't know which one. So I highly recommend to not even bother looking at these multiple options for slope trend lines because this one's probably the best indication in my opinion. $18,900. That's going to be a very powerful support that needs to hold. Another support that needed to hold was this guy over here, which didn't hold. Okay, around 24,600 did not hold at all. Okay, in that range there, here, that didn't hold. More so right here, okay? We're still right there. If you look at it, check it out. It broke out, supported once, bounced right through, came back up and fell down, right? Another really big support that we needed to hold was this guy here, 21,500. Okay, the reason for this is because on the daily, you see bull trap regions, wick there. So this is a really good region for a resistance that was created where the breakout happened and then it found support, then bounced upside. So that entirely shattered. So now the question is it going to go back up and retest 21,600? If it does, I'm probably going to end up getting into a $1 million short position, because I don't think it's going to go back up there, considering it took us 34 days to fall, or sorry, it took us 28 days to go up, and then it only took 34 days to break it. So the support didn't even hold, not even one time. And because it didn't hold even one time, I don't think there's a chance that it's going to get back up above 21,600. So in my opinion, I'm very bearish right now, despite the weekly, and it changed a lot of things. I was bullish to $28,000, but unfortunately the bears, they ended up assuming control again. What's going to happen all the time is there's a tension between the bulls and the bears, and then one's going to win. Sometimes there's momentum going to the upside, and then a lot of times wave failures can occur. You're expecting an impulse wave, but it gets disrupted because the other team ends up trying to, they started playing defense. Think of it like a soccer game, a football game, a basketball game. It doesn't matter. There's an offense, there's a defense, right? Eventually one side is going to dominate more. It's going to go back and forth despite how much one team might be dominating. They can easily come back. You just have to see this as you can't be biased. I know there's going to be a lot of comments of people that are like, hey, you said 28K. Yep, I did. And unfortunately, the bears ended up taking over. If you are not the kind of trader or investor that can handle news and changes and things happening, maybe this is not for you, okay? Like, the market's always going to be ever changing, and you're not going to be able to control if the bulls or the bears end up taking over. It's generally just how it is. Okay, so I'm pretty bearish right now. I think we're going to end up hitting 19K, but in my opinion, if I had to make a prediction, probably going to retest 21,600 first, okay? So this is how I ended up making $21,000. I don't remember all of my trades, but I remember one trade. I think it was, where was it? Let me just find, right here. This guy here, I ended up catching that big wick up here. I ended up playing the support bounce, something like that. Okay, I just took a chance right here. Saw that candle here, played 1% of a mil, took in 10K there. This was a long trend line, okay? Really long trend line that was holding for 1 day, 5 hours, okay? Another really big one that I took a few days ago was this guy right here. I took this huge one right here, okay? I think I took, yeah, it was this guy right here. I took a short position right here. Right here as this broke. Because this trend line's been forming since the 13th. For 9 days now. So upon breaking it, I ended up shorting it with a lot of conviction. Okay, so I took in maybe 4 or 5K there. Actually, I didn't even short that guy. I ended up letting this form first. And then I shorted this one. Okay, I was waiting for a retest at the top. Never happened. So I took the break here instead. So that was a really good one. I've been just playing breaks lately. Here's another break you could have caught. Okay, I didn't catch this one. So if you're noticing, like, a lot of these things happen at 3 in the morning, okay? Like here, no, that was not 3 in the morning. This rally began at 3 in the morning. This drop ended up beginning at 3 in the morning. This was in the afternoon. This drop began rallying at 3, but it fell in the morning. It's usually the evening of North America time. This guy here, about 2, 3 in the morning is where it began to drop. Okay, this one here, 3 in the morning, it ended, right? So the daily candle close is a very significant time. So the last trade that I just took in for 10,000 was this short right here, right? That was yesterday. Big short. And another short position I took was upon breaking this guy here last night. I think it was this low. Yeah, this low right here. As soon as it shattered it, I just entered it. Because we were pretty bearish to begin with. And that's how I was able to take in $21,500 in 3 days. I base my general strategy lately has been to wait for a consolidation, identify a very, very clear trend line, okay, a trend line pattern or something like that, try to get an Elliott wave count in if I can. Okay. And then after that, I'm going to short the break, short the resistance, short the support, long the resistance, short the support. That's generally what I've been doing lately. But I'm not going to like take a chance and be like, okay, this is the third one there. I'm probably going to short the third one. Nah, I want a third to form, and then I want to short the next one. Then there's more conviction, right? That's usually how I'm doing it. Okay. Like I want to get a lot of confirmation. Like this one here. 1, 2, 3 there. 3 formed there, right? Huge. 4, even better. So the next one, this is a good one, which I didn't catch, right? But that's all right. So there's been a lot of news in the market lately. And I think that Bitcoin it's going to be here for a long time, right? This is just a really crappy market, to be quite honest. And with it being a really crappy market, the people that are able to withstand this type of volatility in terms of a bearish market, if you understand what Bitcoin is here for and why it was created, you're going to have the capacity and the opportunity to make an immense profit. But for now, you got to withstand this bear market, right? If you can't withstand this bear market, then you might end up taking more chances than you normally would take. And if you take more chances than you normally would take, there's a good chance you'll make bad trades, you'll lose a lot of your capital, your cash flow, your cash on hand. And if this happens, you won't be able to dollar cost average and be ready for the bull market when it returns. So this is a time to be incredibly cautious, in my opinion. It's not a time to be going all in and making high leverage trades and just, really going all in and ignoring your risk to reward. This is a time for you to enjoy summer wherever you are in the world, right? Enjoy the time off. Like, don't stress over these trades if you're doing it full time. If you're doing it part time, right, just focus on studying right now as well. Like, for those that don't know, I got an awesome course, guys. You can go visit it at philakone.com. Just check it out here, okay? Just go to philakone.com. That's where all my courses are hosted there. And you can DM me as well. Like, make sure you guys are checking out my Discord group. I post a lot of information in my Discord group. I think it's very, very helpful. And then if you go here, just click on my join Discord. You guys can join it if you want. It's $50 a month. There's a library of information that's going to keep you busy for weeks. Trust me, you'll learn more in my group than you will anywhere else. Hey, I can join a free group. A lot of you are thinking, nah, you can join a free group, but you're not going to be trading with one of the best traders in crypto, right? Simple as that. Not only that, I have a way of educating that sticks to people, and I'm on quite often as well, okay? And check out some of my courses as well. I know a lot of you guys might be thinking, hey, I can just get all this content for free. No, you can't. You got to pay for your tuition if you want top quality education from one of the most top tier day traders and technical analysts out there. Keep in mind, I went from literally like $500, $2,000 to over 7 figures. Hopefully next bull market will be 8 figures, right? So I'm trading massive sizes. I've got the skills. So check out some of my courses here. The ones that I really recommend for beginners is probably like RSI, MACD, those guys. This guy here is really good. For the professional traders out there that have been here for a while, check out this one here. Chapter 4 is the best. Chapter 3 is more for the beginners, okay? Chapter 4 is definitely where you want to pick up some of this stuff. And you're welcome to DM me as well for a package if you're interested in both my Discord and my courses as a package. So anyways, make sure you guys are giving me a like, a thumbs up, and hit that notification button if you enjoy my content. So just to quick summarize BTC, I'm bearish on it. I think we're going to retest 21,600, and then we're probably going to end up smashing down to 18,900 to retest there. All Elliott wave structures are failed, right? It's completely failed already. So we're going to have to go with a new setup here and look for an alternative count in the next video that I share with you guys. So have a great day. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you're staying cool because it's about 29 degrees here in Turkey today. So bye now and have a great day. Take care.